I'm so excited because today the review we're going to do is on the Kawasaki H2, aka the Widowmaker. So in the 70s, all the major motorcycle manufacturers had to have in their range a superbike. Norton had the Commando, MV had the 750S, and the Ducati had the 750SS. But Kawasaki wanted to think completely out the box, so they came out with the Kawasaki H2 triple two-stroke, 74 brake horsepower, 126 miles an hour, and this bike could do a standing start quarter of a mile run in just 12 seconds. So Kawasaki made these bikes from 72 to 75, only for 3 years sadly, due to a few different reasons. First of all was the oil crisis of 75. Secondly was the noise pollution and all the blue smoke and everything these used to kick out. Very un-eco-friendly motorcycle of its time. And thirdly, the big one, was a lot of people were hurting themselves on these particular bikes. Because there was too much weight on the back of these, it used to make them wheelie nearly all the time, because it used to have a really harsh power band. So you'd be riding the bike, which I've actually done. I've ridden one of these, and it's an unusual ride. So riding it, got the throttle on, and there's nothing. It's just, well, what's all the craze about? And as the revs are going up, all of a sudden it gets to about 4,500, 5,000 RPM, and it's like that. It's all over the place. And I could barely keep the bike in a straight line. It's got the front wheel open, but the steering's all shaking and everything, and it's just, the thing just comes alive. It's just such a weird bike to ride, really. But that's the attraction why people love these so much, because they're a scary bike to ride, and people love to live life on the edge. So Kawasaki brought the H2 Mark II version out, which they needed to do with all the bad publicity the Mark I had. They made it a lot more easy to ride and some really good improvements. They made it less aggressive, mainly on the power band, and this was due down to the porting and the ignition timing. So when it actually came into the power band, it was a much smoother power delivery, but still didn't change the performance figures. I mean, please bear in mind, this is 1974, and this bike could do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. However, even on the Mark IIs, Kawasaki spent all their time developing the engine to make it easier to ride, but they didn't concentrate on the chassis. So sadly, the chassis, with all this power, it still was prone for speed wobble. So to sum up this bike, I describe it as scary, good looking, fast, no hold bars motorcycle.